All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that Get Right at Night right here on Power 98.3 where hip-hop lives. Special guest in the studio, Snow the Product.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just woke up.
Really now?
Yeah.
Where were you at before this?
Flagstaff?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How was the show out there?
Great.
Lot
A
of
lot of
fans.
drunk people.
Yeah, man, that's a
lot
college
of fights.
town.
I'm like,
so-
yo, stop fighting. I'm like singing like a love song and they're just like socking each other. I'm like, what's going on?
That's college town. You know
Yeah.
these kids, they hyped up.
They hype.
You know
That's
what I'm
good
saying?
though. High energy.
How do you handle it when there's a fight in there? Do you stop the show and be like, yo, chill? What do you do?
At that particular venue, because they're like, yo, like Snow's crowd tends to be rowdy. So I do have to stop the show so that everybody knows I'm not here for, making them get in a fight. So
Yeah.
I do stop the show and everything. And yesterday, actually, I had to stop the show early because I was just like, all right, dude, maybe y'all need to calm down. Because they were like arresting people. So at that point, I'm like, I just don't want to keep getting people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But
for
it was
sure.
dope. It was really dope. They showed a lot of love. Like they sang all the songs. So
That's super dope.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like being on stage? And you've been working hard at this. You've been in the game for a cold
yeah,
minute.
forever.
So what's that feeling like being on stage and you rapping and they just know you could cut the mic off and your words still coming at you. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. It's good. I mean, that's what we do it for. At this point, I feel like I've gradually grown. Like I've never really just like bam. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of just like I'm used to the gradual amount of fans that start singing it and everything like that. So it feels pretty good.
You've been in the game for a cold minute. Like I said, I've heard you a while back and you were always
Yeah.
that Latina spitter
Yeah.
that everyone talked about,
But nobody
but
mentioned
no
on the
one
radio
talked about,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
because Mexicans are haters.
You think that's what it is?
Mhm.
You think our own people are here? Because I'm a
Yeah.
Mexican and I used to bring your name up all the time.
On radio or
You know what I'm
just
saying? Well, I just barely got the night show
okay.
a year ago. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Yeah.
doing like weekends and
But
stuff
you know
like
what I
that.
mean, right?
No,
You know about
I
our people, right? Because
understand.
I feel like at this point, I'm almost like we can't even look to other people when it's just like, yo, like, come on, we got to get it together.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The president don't even like us. Like we better start loving each other
No,
because
yeah.
at this point, I feel like we got to promote that love.
So what do you by Mexicans, like what do you mean, like other artists in particular, or
I think everything, like the industry, just like everyone so wants to be that person that makes it, for la raza
Yeah,
or whatever, that
yeah.
it turns into like pushing each other down, crabs in a bucket type. But yeah, regardless, I've been touring, I've been making fans, I've been
No,
doing my
you've
thing, I've been making my
always
money,
been-
so I think
you've
it's good.
always been to me just hustling, working, videos, the
Yeah.
music, and then you started the woke
Yeah.
line and everything like that. So you've always been grinding, but like I said, you never got that look
Yeah,
to where you're like, oh snap, Snow the Product really
Yeah.
out there doing her thing, and
Yeah,
like other
definitely.
artists try to put people in a circle. You know, when a Latino
Yeah.
artist comes out, they're like, oh, he's a Chicano rap artist or
Yeah.
something like that. And to me, you're not that.
yeah,
To me, you're actual spitter. Like you rap.
yeah.
So
I
like
agree.
just that feeling alone, like, yo, guys, I'm not what y'all think I am.
Yeah.
How come I'm not getting this look? How do you take that?
How would you take it?
Well, I mean, I'd be upset, but you perceived and kept pushing, and so what
Yeah.
drove you to do that?
I guess that a long time ago I realized I'm a Mexican woman, and our culture tends to bring down women. So I guess maybe I'm just used to it. And so I just keep pushing because what else am I gonna do? Like, my dad raised me. My dad always was like, you better be more of a man than these men. Like you better have palabra, you better have word, you better
Yeah.
have pride, you better have, you know what I'm saying? Like loyalty, character, all that. So to me, that being instilled in me, my loyalty to my family, who I promised I was gonna make it and I was gonna make us some money and I was gonna give everybody a job, is why I keep going.
And speaking of being raised with pride, and your pops telling you that, I was raised the same way. My dad always like, yo, trabaja duro, no te metas en problemas and all that. But the music industry is pretty much like a whole lot of problems. How do you stay true to yourself, and how do you stay true to what your father taught you?
I think just surrounding myself. Like my brother he does my videos. He tour managed me forever. He does like all my behind the scenes stuff. That's why I know about like lights and cameras and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because we've bought all our own stuff. Like, so I feel like having him, my cousin, he does merch, he travels with me. Like having so many people that are close to me, always kind of around me. And there's times when I break down, and I want to quit, but just seeing them and how hard they work and me owing it to them is what kind of.
That's beautiful right there. That's beautiful right there. Now, in the climate of music right now, there's a lot of ladies coming out. You know what I'm saying? Before it wasn't. It was like one or two here and there. But you've always been in the game for a cold second. How do you feel about these other ladies getting a look and you still kind of on a back burner?
I mean, congrats to them. That's good. Like, ever since, if you're talking about Cardi B, for example, in 2015, I think before, she really like popped off. I had mentioned that she was dope because I followed her as a personality. And I think that's a testament to where we are in social media, where as much as we want to bash social media and say all this bad stuff, like also now personality means a lot, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing because back in the day, like people were complete assholes, you know, and it didn't, and people were just like, you know, well, he's a great artist, so you got to let him be. But now it's like you get to see someone's personality, so people can forgive you for not having a hit record or not doing this and still mess with you. I feel like for me, like my fans, a lot of them love me, even if I haven't. This year, literally, I'm touring and I'm going around the whole country selling thousands of tickets, and I dropped one song. Like I haven't dropped anything. So I feel like that is a good feeling to know that personality means a lot more than just funny. You know what I'm saying?
No,
good
for
vibes.
sure,
like
for
I think that's dope.
At what
She got
point
a
did
fast,
you
so
know like social
gonna win.
media helped you out?
What?
Like at what point did you realize like, yo, social media could take me without even needing anyone's cosign or needing anything? Like I could do this on social media because that helped you out a lot.
No.
You don't think so?
No, my social media isn't like my touring, to be honest.
No.
Because I feel like I come from more of like I sold tickets from like 10 to like now. So I really feel like, yeah, social media, I guess, dropping videos on YouTube or whatever, but like really going out there. Like a lot of artists rely on social media, but then they go out there and then their shows are kind of like lame, you know? And it's like, you gotta just keep grinding, and it sucks because it hurts your ego when you do that whack show. You're just like, oh no, so you gotta keep coming back and keep coming back, and that's I think the perseverance, and I think all that is what really kind of turns up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I post dumb stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, you open up your world to everybody to see, and that's what like, brings people closer. That's
my cousin is just so like slow that it's hilarious. So I love to put him on blast.
So you did put out the single Myself featuring Drum, and the record's talking about doing everything yourself. You know what I'm saying? How do you think labels and upper management people or just anyone in general looking at you feel about that record? Like, yo, like you're dope. They
know. You know, I think anybody who's ever worked with me knows like I did do it. You know, like myself. Obviously, when I'm saying I did it myself, like I'm more talking to like when I started or like, you know, when people wouldn't help me, when, you know, nowadays there are some artists that are like, yo, you know, for the culture. And I'm like, yo, when you could have helped me, you really didn't. Because you had that drug dealer investor and you could have thrown some money this way or shot a video or something. And I didn't have that dope money. So how about you stay over there and you realize that some of us did it ourselves, and that's why I'm going to guard my shit because, you know, that's how it goes.
Have some of those people came back to you for real?
Yeah.
For real now?
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I think I met you the first time. I want to say, was it with MC Magic?
Yeah.
I want to
think MC Magic was one of the only people that ever kind of showed love.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from here. He used to do radio here with us.
Yeah.
I want to say I met you with him or something. I think he was involved somehow like that. Like,
we just did a collab.
Do you guys still keep in contact with those like artists like that, or you just kind of like?
No, like I mean, yeah, like you know, obviously every Mexican, like Frankie J, Baby Bash, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I feel like in the culture, like you have like, hey, what's up? And we've had some shows and some car shows and stuff like that. But no, I did a verse for one of his songs, and we shot a video, and then I think it just never came out. Something happened with some clearances, and then finally it came out like I think years later.
Oh snap!
Yeah, and I was like fatter in the video, and I was like, oh, why you gonna do me dirty? I'm like, I could have came back and filmed the rest of it, like, but whatever.
How do you do with like the newer Mexican artists coming in, like a Cap G?
Mm-hmm.
You guys reach out to each other and be like, yo, maybe we should work together.
Same shit.
Same shit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who's some artists that you want to work with?
Anybody that wants to work with me, genuinely.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You got Drum on a single. How'd that come about?
Just in the studio, he fit the song, and when he met me, like he really didn't know who I was or didn't know anything about me. So I think he just thought like I was looking kind of cute that day. So I'm sure he was thinking like I'm just some random ass chick that just all the labels trying to push or something. And I was like, no, listen, like I know what you think, because he was about to maybe give me like a whatever verse, and I was like, check this out. And so I played him I Don't Want to Leave, and I played him Ay Ay Ay, and he was like, so you do this, like you spit. I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, all right, cool. So then he kind of was more in there and was down for the video and did all that, because, you know, like I feel like understanding the story behind my career kind of helps people get it a little more. You know?
Yeah. If you kind of know who Snow the Product is, you hear the record Myself, and then you're like, yeah, you didn't get a cosign. You know, so you mentioned that in the hood. Like, I ain't getting a cosign, I ain't getting nothing from y'all.
Yeah.
So knowing that when people do try to approach you, you're like, I'm cool with y'all.
Yeah.
I can do this all by myself.
No, I'm
Or
not,
you
and
still
I'm a
open?
collaborative person. Like I like you know what I'm saying. Like right now, I got my boys on tour with me. Like I show a lot of love to a lot of people. But the thing is that definitely, you know, you get that little kind of feeling like when people could have like done something and they didn't. So I feel like now, I just wanted to drop that song, and it's also a lot about like self love too, because sometimes you don't feel like you love yourself. So to even just say it, like that affirmation, it
Yeah.
sounds like you start to really believe it. Like somewhere in the middle of the song, you start being like, I do, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
And
dope.
that's dope.